I'm going to see if I can make a lesson out of this idea. I'm going to have the folks just make 3 lines, just like hilly lines. They could just be random. And then I use some label material, and I just cut out a bunch of little rectangles, and then I cut out an angle on there and flipped it over and cut it out there so it could be, you know, similar. And then I have a bunch of them. I'm going to take them to the class so that people could just pick one out. I'll just have them all kind of small like this. This is a half a sheet of 9 by 12 here. So 3 lines, and then they can take their label off there, and this will be a mask for a house. They can, you know, you can put it anywhere. Doesn't really matter where. I'll just put it right there. Okay. Then I guess I would have them paint their sky first. And sometimes I try to tell people to go unconventional with their colors, but they don't listen. But I'm going to anyway. I'll just go with a kind of a dark sky. Go right over, just tell them, go right over that. And another good thing would be they could learn to do these large shapes kind of quickly so that the colors will blend smoothly. Now if I want to, I could even go darker and put some kind of maybe some trees behind the house. Just dab at it a little bit, just to accentuate the shape of that house maybe. Or something like that. Okay. Oh, I forgot. The one thing I wanted to do before I did this painting was going to have them draw a road. So it really doesn't matter where they put it. They could put it going this way, they could put it that way. And then the next hill can be anyway also. The only thing I'm going to tell them is to just make it thinner here, make it, you know, a little wider. Coming forward. And it doesn't really matter where they go with it. No, I could just leave that like that. Okay, so I would have had them do that first. Then, since my sky kind of looks purpley, I think I will sort of do that for my road, kind of a gray. And I could tell them to try to make, well, depending on the students, make the distant hill a little lighter, a little more watery mix, a little less watery as they get forward. So I'm going to just do that. And I'm just going to work quickly, so and just come forward and get a little more darker, a little more intense color. Okay. And then I'd probably do a couple of these in different color, using different colors, maybe some more conventional, like I was thinking, since this is purple, I'll go with kind of yellows on the grasses. So I'm gonna just make some yellow, put a little bit of this purple in it, and It's too much. For the distant hill. Again, I was just going to make it a little lighter, less intense in the distance. And I think I'm going to use this little bleed to put some shadow under my house there. Because I'm going to be taking that off there. Okay, so let's come forward with some prairie grasses. So I often try to get people to paint these areas quickly. And then I'm just gonna almost go with some nice, ooh, that's a little, let's see, more orange, too orange, oh, yellowy. Okay, more pure color in the front. Alright. Alright, the next thing would be, I need this to be dry in order to take that sticker off. So pardon my blow dryer. Plus I don't know how to edit, so I can't get rid of this little blow dryers section. Alright, let's see if that pulls off. There we go. And where's my eraser? Here. Okay. Get rid of this line up here. I really kind of ended up with my house right on that hill. I would have preferred if I would have used the line that I had so that the house is forward a little more. That's okay. Alright, now I'm just going to take some of what I got here and put a roof. Oops. So let's see. What color do I want my house? I could just change up this color that I have made already. Kind of light. These flat brushes are so helpful. Okay, now I'm just going to make this side a little darker and a little cooled over here. Okay. And I do take my blow dryer to class with me. I have it plugged in somewhere, and I'll take people's art over to it and dry it for them. It's easier than, you know, having it come on the table. Unless they can get up and do it. Alright, and then just using the little end of the brush, you can put the door on there. Some windows, whatever. So I think that that's a nice simple lesson. Of course, people will want to decorate little bits here and there. They could put some grasses in the foreground or whatever, or you could use a round sticker. You could have those with you and tell them maybe they want to put a moon in there. And I usually tell people, it doesn't matter what colors you use any colors that you feel like using, because it'll create, you know, a different time of day or something unexpected. Is always fun. But I think that's going to work for my lessons this week. Thanks.